The time to accumulate HBAR is now, and in this video, I'm going to explain how I'm planning to do it over the next few months to try to get a threefold return with HBAR for the rest of this year and into 2025. So without further ado, guys and girls, let's get started. And I'm telling you this right now, but I don't want you to do it just yet. If you're enjoying the video, finding it entertaining, or if it's simply useful to you, please like and subscribe because it really helps me out a lot. The first thing I want to remind you during the video is that there are only 5 spots left to take advantage of the promotion on Wix Exchange without KYC, where you can earn up to $2,000 in trading bonuses. Simply by creating an account using the link in the description of this video and making a deposit of up to $10,000, as you can see here, you'll be able to receive a $2,000 trading bonus. And whatever you earn from that bonus, which you have to use within about 7 days, all that money will be yours. You also need to link a phone number and an email address. This doesn't link you as an individual, so don't worry about that. I also want to show you how there are already people taking advantage of this bonus. I don't want to show you the Telegram conversation for privacy reasons, but for example, this person has made almost $1,000 with the $2,000 bonus. I believe it's with the $2,000 bonus, but anyway, it's a bonus that's literally free money, and whatever you make from it is literally yours. Again, there are only 5 spots left and just a few days remaining to take advantage of them. I'll be waiting for you inside Wix. And now we go straight to CoinMarketCap. Hedera's price is $0, $1,458 with a market capitalization of nearly $6 billion, placing it at number 21 on CoinMarketCap. And over the last day, it has remained breaking even. In the past week, we've seen how HBAR, which is why it's very interesting to keep this in mind. If you're looking to start accumulating it in the coming months, just dropped by nearly 15%. And in the last month, it's fallen by 25%. Never buy cryptocurrencies when the candle is green and it's gone up a lot in recent weeks. Start accumulating that cryptocurrency by taking into account the fundamentals, the tokenomics, the marketing, and the fact that it's pulling back once it starts giving you signs that it's truly worth it. We can see that currently HBAR has a circulating supply of 84.47%, and there's very little time left before Q2 of 2025 ends, and we find out how many tokens will be unlocked for Q3, which covers August, September, and October. And now we're moving straight to the main event of the day, and in fact, as we'll be analyzing throughout the video, this is something I've been talking about for over a year now regarding the Hedera ecosystem. There is a lot of institutional money in Hedera, a lot of corporate money, and also money from retail investors. The only thing Hedera is missing is a strong Web3 ecosystem like Ethereum has, like Binance Smart Chain has, like Avalanche, like SUI, and like various other protocols within the crypto space. The moment we have that, along with retail investors, institutions, and so on, Hedera is going to rise, and is going to rise even more than we think. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We also have to consider what could happen in 2025 with a possible Hedera ETF. We can see that currently there is a 90% chance for Litecoin, a 90% chance for Solana, an 85% chance for XRP, Dogecoin, well, Cardano, Polkadot, HBAR, Avalanche, and SUI. Personally, the order, as I see it based on the historical context of cryptocurrencies and also how the projects work, I think one of the first will be Litecoin, XRP, most likely XRP even before Litecoin, Solana, and HBAR. Solana and HBAR will probably be at the same time, and before that, Litecoin and XRP. I don't think a Dogecoin ETF will come out before HBAR. I don't think it will. I'll go so far as to say not a chance. An ETF for Cardano or Polkadot before HBAR and Avalanche, well, that's basically a separate matter. I don't know if Avalanche will ever have an ETF at some point in history. Hopefully it will. As for SUI, it's a very new asset, and I think it still needs a few more years to really prove it deserves to have an ETF. What I was talking about earlier regarding protocols about the Web3 ecosystem, this is exactly what I mean. Currently, as we can see, I'll put the camera in the middle. We have a total of 16 protocols within the Hedera ecosystem. If we go straight to SUI, we have 54. We're not even going to compare it with Binance Smart Chain, with Solana. We're not going to compare it with Ethereum. We're simply going to compare it with projects that are also part of the CoinMarketCap top list. In the case of Avalanche, Avalanche has an enormous number of projects. Avalanche's price is what it is precisely because there is real utility within its blockchain. In Hedera, we have institutional money, we have corporate money, we have retail money, but we're missing a Web3 ecosystem. The moment that appears and everything comes together, we'll realize the true potential that Hedera has. Not only that, it's extremely important to take into account the percentage of cryptocurrencies in circulation in order to try to estimate the future price of a project, precisely because as the years go by, if the project becomes diluted, it will take much more money to reach the same price we had at a better moment. And we can see that currently we already have almost 85% of Hedera cryptocurrencies in circulation. In fact, if we go back to CoinMarketCap and click on this section here, token unlocks, it seems it hasn't been updated yet, but we already have 84.99% of HBAR cryptocurrencies in circulation. And we're just a couple of weeks away from finding out what's coming for Q3 of 2025. This is very important to keep in mind because if we analyze, for example, the SUI cryptocurrency and look at the community release, staking, the Series B round, in tokenomics, one of the things that most affects a project's price is precisely the private rounds when the project first appear, whether it's Series A, B, or C. The Series B, the strategic round, the business angel private round, and so on and so on and so on. And it's extremely important to keep this in mind because if you make a mistake and end up having to hold the cryptocurrency during a bear market, it's better to hold the cryptocurrency that even if it drops, can recover later, rather than one that when it drops won't recover precisely because it has unlocked a huge amount of tokens over the years. And besides having lost its novelty, it needs a lot more money to come in for the next cycle. We can look at another case, for example, with Arbitrum. Is it interesting to accumulate Arbitrum? I'm not saying it's not, but in terms of risk and reward, it's much more interesting to accumulate HBAR for the coming months. In case the crypto market or Bitcoin drops to that $98,000 zone with dominance rising a bit more and causing Hedera, as we'll see in just a moment, to possibly pull back even a little further. In fact, if we go straight to the technical side from this point here, from November 2024, as it kept rising, it practically did a tenfold increase. Now, by joining the Fibonacci retracement on the daily chart, we can see that we've reached the 0.5 Fibonacci level. It started to rise and now it's pulling back again. And we can already see on the daily RSI that we're practically in oversold territory. In fact, and this is very interesting, if we look at the RSI on the weekly time frame, we can see, and this isn't even the oldest chart available for HBAR, which is very important to keep in mind that we're already practically at the same point on the weekly RSI. The RSI, just so you know, is a metric based on past data. It's something that's interesting to consider, but it shouldn't dictate what we're going to do. We need to rely on other things from a technical perspective. We need to look at news. We need to consider macro factors in order to analyze Hedera and any cryptocurrency a bit more in depth. Personally, guys, what am I going to do? And please give it a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. What I'm personally going to do is if we drop to this area of 13 cents, 12 cents, 11 cents, I'll probably try to accumulate a bit of Hedera, not a lot, just little by little, just in case the summer, instead of being positive as it has historically been in post-halving years, July, August, and September, turns out to be negative this year, precisely because of the 7 consecutive weeks of gains in Bitcoin. And it could even pull back a bit more, considering the amount of money flowing into Bitcoin, especially from institutions, ETFs, MicroStrategy companies, and so on and so forth. And the dominance could even increase a bit more. So starting from personally from 12 cents, a bit over 12 cents, 13 cents, 11 cents, that's when I'll start to accumulate or gradually accumulate a bit of HBAR. All at once? Obviously not, guys, not all at once. And when the asset starts going up, please make sure to take profits. Take profits at 25 cents, at 30 cents, 35 cents, even if you're not getting rich overnight, but at least so you can be part of the 10% who actually make money in cryptocurrency. One thing we really need to keep in mind, and I want to make a comparison between HBR and Hype. Currently, if Hedera were to reach the market cap that Hype has right now, which has pulled back a bit, as is normal, since it's a crypto that has surged a lot in a very short time, and honestly, I'm really happy for the project. If HBAR were to reach the same market cap as Hype, its price would be at $0.29. Just so you get an idea, HBAR's all-time high this cycle was nearly $13.5 billion. If we look at Hype's all-time high, it will be a little higher than Hedera's at age in terms of market cap. So where does Hype currently stand? It's currently ranked number 11 on CoinMarketCap. If Hedera were to reach that market cap again at some point, we could easily see it at number 11 on CoinMarketCap. And I can confidently say that as the years go by, and if Hedera's Web3 ecosystem keeps improving and progressing, believe me, Hedera will be in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. And guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this analysis we've done on Hedera. Do you think there's something missing? What do you think could be Hedera's target price in the coming months looking ahead to 2025? What percentage is it representing your portfolio and when are you planning to exit? Let me know in the comments because I'll be reading them. And remember, take advantage of the opportunity, the promo we have with Wix. Link in the description of this video. Only 5 spots available and there are just 5 or 6 days left for the promotion. So really, take advantage of it because many of you are already reaching out to me. And if you have any issues like not receiving the money or anything else, message me privately and I'll personally try to resolve it with the Wix team. Guys, see you in the next video. Take care and see you next time.